It's Friday, and that means it's 7:02 Unplugged.
It's 22 minutes to 3 o'clock. I'm positioning, correcting, just putting my camera in place because you'll be able to watch my conversation with our 702 Unplugged guest on Facebook if you go onto the 702 Facebook page. And then later on, you'll be able to watch the performance that she recorded for us in this pandemic during the lockdown. And our guest this afternoon is the AmaZulu hitmaker, the award-winning Amanda Black. I have she occupies a very special part of my heart. Like there's a corner somewhere in there that's just hers. Not just because her name is one of my names too. I've got 3 names and one of them is Amanda, but also because her music is just, it just moves. It just moves me. How are you doing?
I'm great. It's always such a pleasure and such an honor to speak to you. I mean, yeah. How are you doing? Thank you so much for having me.
Good. All the better for having you on the show. I think since you launched this album, I've been saying we need to invite her. We need to invite her. So eventually these things do happen. But before we talk about your newest album, Power, I want to talk about this this collaboration you did. I mean, it's a collaboration on another scale. It's like 8 artists or so coming together, if not more, actually, about 10 coming together for representing different African countries to share a common message about COVID-19, that we can do it. We can do it together. We can fight this virus together. How did the opportunity come about?
My management literally just sent me the song. I didn't even waste. They sent me. They're like, "This is the song. This is what the song is about." Like that very day, I recorded my verse. It happened.
Wow.
So it was just meant to be, because I remember when I read the brief and I was like, "Oh yes," and then it was easy for me to jump on it. Even the message in my verse, it speaks to how we all are going through it, and that's what the message of the song is. It's we will not be safe until everyone is safe. So you sort of, also the brief was that we will all be safe when all of us are safe. So yeah, that's where I went also with the verse, is that we're all going through this dark time. It feels like all our lives have just stopped, and one day we will be much closer, and one day we will actually beat this. And
yes. So of the artists that are featured there, I mean, we have artists from Nigeria, Tenny, for instance, Yemi Alades, from South Africa, Gigi Lemaine, yourself, from Tanzania, Ben Paul. So quite a few. Who are you most excited to be on the same song with?
This is Azania. What are you doing this?
Come on.
Yemi. I'm a recent fan of Tenny. I have just recently got put on to Ben Paul's music. I love Gigi Lemaine. And a couple of the other artists that are on there that I'm starting to listen to as well. But Yemi Alade, I went crazy. I was like, oh my gosh. And then we were on the same interview together, and I was like, Iman, guys, can we address my fan moment first? Before we talk, because I just went insane that I'm on the same song with her. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Someone at because you're very famous now, so you have those fan moments for other artists as well. That's so refreshing. So cool.
Always.
So let's play the song One. It's part of the One campaign, which features a whole host of African artists, including Amanda Black, our Friday 702 Unplugged performer for today. And check out the song. It's a message, I guess, that seeks to unify, that seeks to say we're in this together. It provides solidarity to everyone which is the entire world actually, going through this COVID-19 pandemic. Take a listen.
Tony Maganaki.
Everything is changed nowadays. Funny how we can't even play no more. It was only yesterday when we party every day. Now it's blood on the dance floor, all because of the virus. But it can't kill the power inside us to stand together and defeat Corona.
أنا وياك البارح نهني نقول هانيا دابا things are changing لكل قلب نرد شوية نخرجوا إن شاء الله نعيشوا إن شاء الله. Cause nobody is safe until everybody's safe.
So I mean
kuwajali wengine tafadhali, tujilinde, tuwalinde, tuamue sasa.
One day, my people, one day we'll be celebrating, cause this plague is over. Nothing will be separating us, cause nobody is safe until everybody is safe. Oh, everybody is safe. Oh.
Rain no go fall forever. Sun goes to shine, my sister. We go beat Corona if we stand together. If we stand in solidarity, we no go fit to fall down, fall down. Yeah, me I like that. Me I like you and I know you like me too. Me I love you and I know you love me too. We gonna spread the word and not divide us so. Nobody is safe until everybody is safe. Oh, me I want to be safe. Oh, eh, oh. Oh, me bush in Jesus. Feels like we lost me. We'll pick up the pieces, start over. All the tears will be all over. Any minute we will be much closer. For now we scream and shout.
One day, my people, one day we'll be celebrating, cause this plague is over.
Oh, it is such an uplifting song. It's such a great song. And there's your part right there. We just listened to you with that message that you were sharing. So well done. Well done.
Thank
Great
you.
collaboration.
Thank
And
you.
let's talk about your latest album. I know every time we spoke, I used to ask you about the pressure. Like, do you
Yes.
feel the pressure of following up on Amazulu? Because that album just was a tour de force. It was not just the song, but the album itself was a tour de force. And any artist would feel pressured on how they will follow that up.
Yeah. And I remember when you asked me that, and I remember feeling like, I'm so scared because everyone I speak to is talking about this, sophomore slump and second album, and it felt so, because literally every artist that has been in the game is like, yo, Amanda, yo, man, look out, yo. But don't worry, you got this. And I'm like, yo, you shouldn't have said the first part. So I definitely had that pressure, and how I managed to, I sort of worked at getting it out of the way when it came to making the music. It only came when it was ready, and now it's like, okay, I would like it. Obviously, I'm like, I wanted to do as great as Amazon. I wanted to, I'm putting all my hopes on it. But the point I had to make was, when I was making the music, was to forget about the pressure, because I never wanted to, okay, now I need to make the next Amazon. That's the one thing I really didn't want to do, because I still wanted to make music the way I wanted to make it. So, but the pressure was there.
Yeah, I'm so happy you broke through that, through the potential just mental block that it could have given you, because you really have created a beautiful album. I've got my own favorites, lots of them, apart from the title track Power, because you should see this album cover, by the way. It is a striking portrait of Amanda, and she's wearing a blue beadoo like she is today. A beadoo is just such a great accessory. But there's Power. There's that collaboration with Anthony Hamilton, which I thought was also beautiful. And then Tandwandimi, we know the song, it's on this album. And then Nizele Wena, that's a beautiful track. That's such a beautiful track. And then some of the ones that you'll be performing for us this afternoon. So you wrote from a place of relating, a place of vulnerability and honesty, of relating your experiences in the music business. I know you split up with Ambitious Records. How would you characterize what's the past, 4 years or so have been for you?
I don't like lying. I don't like making like things are fluffy. It has been incredibly, it was hard. I'm looking for like a really, really like word to explain it. It was very dark. I went through, a period of a darkness where I felt like I was so disconnected from music. It felt like someone snatched music away from me, and and my passion, everything. I found myself not being able to make music because I was going through this mental fight, this psychological fight, this, the fight for my career and for my music.
Battlefields in the
Yeah,
mind.
it was lit. It was lit.
Yeah.
But I had my family. I had people who cared about me, who kept on, Amanda, this is what you're meant to do, who kept on reminding me why I did it. There was a time where it was just after a gig and I felt like I was horrible because I felt like I was not present. So I called my mom at like 1, 2 a.m. I couldn't sleep. I'm like, Mommy, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. Am I even supposed to be doing this anymore? I had a complete breakdown. My mom was like, Mdanam, what would you rather be doing? You need to remember why you're doing this. I fought her for this music. I fought everything for this music. So my family was the people that really kept on pushing me and reminding me why I had to keep fighting. And that's what power is about.
That's exactly what I was going to say. That's what you feel with that song. That's exactly what you feel with Power, which is, the title track as well. So you started your own record label, Afro Rockstar. Do you feel lighter? Do you feel more aligned, and like back on purpose?
Definitely back on purpose. It's definitely harder, being the driver of my own. It's like, okay, guys, if I'm not moving, nothing moves type of situation. So that's now, but I've always been like that. I'm going this way. I love being hands-on. So it definitely is a different challenge for me, but it's definitely a harder challenge when you're the one who has to basically make the decisions. But I am learning, and that's what I'm very thankful for. Yeah.
No, baby girl, you are going to just soar. Just soar. With not just with these 2 albums, but even beyond. Look at what AmaZulu did, the awards from the summer, Metro Awards, and so it shall continue. Thank you for doing the music. We've got to give it enough time before your fans start to have my head for lunch.
Where's the music?
We're playing it. Yes, we're playing it straight after the break. Much love to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sasami. Thank you to everyone who's listening at home. Thank you. The song is called Hamba.
Ndinqande luthando you came along thinking you can break me, yeah. Your get on dancing now only made me stronger, you see. My tuba and pettileo let me where I'm supposed to be. Your get on dancing now only made me stronger, you see. My tuba and pettileo let me where I'm supposed to be. And mama there, akumpulile, akumpulile. Mama there, akumpulile, akumpulile. Mama there, akumpulile, akumpulile. Mama there, akumpulile, akumpulile. I stopped running from my pain, trying to stay in my lane. Sick and tired of hiding in shame, afraid of going the wrong way. Starting to think they're all crazy. I think I'ma look shady, thinking that I'm gonna quit. You can't pay me. I'm gonna win. You gon' see. You'll get on dancing on now. Only made me stronger. You see my tuba, I get till let me where I'm. You'll get on dancing on now. Only made me stronger. You see my tuba, I get till let me where I'm supposed to be. And mama there, akumpulile, akumpulile. And mama there, akumpulile, akumpulile. Oh, and mama there, akumpulile, akumpulile. And mama there, akumpulile, akumpulile. Akupule mamane, akupule mamane, akupule mamane, mamane, mamane. Kauvule mamane, kauvule mamane, kauvule mamane, mamane, mamane.
It's Friday, and that means it's 7:02 Unplugged.